What's up, YouTube? It's your boy John Trades, and welcome back to another video. And as you can tell by the screen and the title of the video, I want to talk about why you do not need to trade every day to become a profitable trader. Now, I feel like there's a certain stigma, especially for beginners, thinking that the more time you spend on the charts, the more successful you are going to be. And I'm here to clear the air as I am going into my sixth. Wow, I've been trading for 6 years, but I'm going into my sixth year of trading. So I just want to give you some insight of what I went through and how I learned to take or spend less time on the charts to make more profit. So yeah, that being said, I didn't trade today. That's what made me bring this idea up. I didn't end up trading today because of the red folder news, aka FOMC. So I know a lot of you guys probably ended up trading FOMC. So shame on you unless you really have a good strategy for FOMC. But other than that, you should not be trading FOMC. Okay, you should not be trading any red folder events. But unless, of course, unless you have comprehensive data of what is going to happen, you should not be trading that. But you know what? I just want to clear the air and clear the stigma of why you do not need to trade or why you shouldn't trade every day to become a profitable trader, because I see a lot of TikToks of people saying, "Oh, I'm spending a lot of time on charts, blah blah blah, and watch, I'm gonna be making a lot of money." But I want to tell you why it's the opposite. I think the less time you spend on charts, the more money you make. That being said, I didn't take any trades today, like I just said. I ended up taking trades with my Discord last night, and just didn't trade this morning. This was today or tonight that we took some. But as you can see right here, I took no trade this morning. Volume is weak and don't really want to trade FOMC because it's not worth the risk. As you can see up here, we took a couple. Sorry about my little gist that I sent, but we took a trade right before the Asia session from yesterday, and then this was the trade from today. But as you can see, I didn't think it was worth the risk. So you know what? I took the day off. Had a little mental day. Why won't you call it? Had a little mental day for myself, and sometimes you need to take that as a trader. So I took today FOMC as a day for to save my mental. And I know you got a lot of you guys probably went crazy in FOMC. Maybe you passed the counts, maybe you blew them, maybe you got a payout, maybe you blew your funded accounts. I hope you didn't, but let's learn why you do not need to trade every single day to become profitable. So the first thing I want to talk about is the truth of trading every single day. Just like I was saying a second ago, less time on the charts equals less money. Wrong. That is not true at all. In my opinion, I think less time on the charts equals more money because one, it prevents you from over trading, letting your emotions get the best of you. Because over time, you get built up, you get mental fatigue, whatever it is, that your trade's not setting up, whatever it may be, the trade's running without you, whatever it is, you get a lot of mental fatigue, and that causes a lot of mental stress, and it's going to make it harder for you to control your emotions throughout the session. So that's why I say less time on the charts does not equals less money. If anything, I feel like less time on the charts equals more money because one, you're protecting the trades if you trade it at all. You're protecting the trades and the money that you made already by not over leveraging or not over leveraging, over trading. And the longer you stay on the charts, the higher chance that you have on of making a mistake. So yeah, just mental fatigue builds up. It's a real thing. It happens with athletes, businessmen, everybody. I mean, sometimes you need a mental day, right? So why not? Why stress yourself being on the charts all day, and just take time away from the charts and make sure your mental is okay. Another thing is no setups but forced trades. Sometimes you're spending so much time. This is going into less time on the chart or more time on the charts, more money. The same thing, but more time on the charts does not mean more money. No setups but forced trades. The mental fatigue starts to kick in, and you start to see setups that aren't truly there. You just want to take a trade because you've been sitting on the charts for so long, so long, and you haven't seen anything, or maybe the charts just started running without you, without it anything setting up for your strategy, and you decided, you know what, I'm gonna just try to catch this momentum or whatever the case may be, and it just creates bad setups. Now, I'm not gonna say you're gonna lose every time you force a trade, but every time you force a trade, you're creating a bad habit for yourself. Because let's say you win that trade, right? If you win that trade, you're gonna think, oh, if I can do that this time, or you might think in that current situation, you might be like, oh, I'm never gonna do it again. But let's say a situation like that happens again, and your emotions are built up because you never learned from the past, because you decided to take that trade and it worked out for you. You really don't have that reinforcement in your subconscious to not do it again. So you're gonna do it, and it's gonna end up even worse for you, because you're gonna just feel bad about yourself for taking it. Your emotions are gonna be all built up, and it's gonna be harder for you to step off the charts. So yeah, that's another reason why less time on the charts equals more money, and why you do not need to trade every day. But the next one is that you protect your capital, and I'll get into red folders. We just talked about it, but I'll get into it again. The next thing is that you protect your capital. Sometimes the best trade is not trading at all. Even if your trade sets up, like me personally today, I did have a couple trade setups today, and it would have worked out, but because it's a red folder day, and I thought it was best to stay out of it, because usually before FOMC, the market can go any which way. So I decided to, you know what, let me just stay out of it and let it do its thing. Even though my setups did win for the day, it would have created that bad habit for me that I've worked so hard to get over. So I decided to take off for the day. And you know what? Protecting your capital, sometimes the days you don't trade are probably the best days for you, other than learning from your red days. Go check that video out from yesterday. But just protecting your capital should be your number one priority in trading. At the end of the day, we're risk managers, so you need to make sure that you're protecting your capital. And if there's no setups, if you know price action is bad, why continue to wait for price action to be good when you can just walk away from the charts? You know, that's going to save you a bunch of money in the long run, because your mental fatigue is going to be saved. Trust me, trust me, bro. But let's go into number two. And number two is, it's not about activity, right? So the pros treat red days differently than, oh, what? That wasn't in my notes. That was from yesterday. Hold on. But either way, it's not about activity. Let me go ahead and erase this. This is not from today. My notes is, you get paid for patience. That's my notes. You get paid for patience. Paid for patience. Sorry. So yeah, trading is all about patience and waiting for your setup to occur. And you know, the more active you are in the market, the more likely, again, you are going to blow up and start emotional trading and just throw all logic out the window. So you get paid for patience. That's one. And then over trading just really does kill your accounts. I know some strategies call for a bunch of trades to be taken in a day. Honestly, I don't recommend that, but I know some people use that and are profitable with it. So if you're profitable with that, hey, go for it. But the more trades you take, the more likely you're going to blow up, and the more likely you're going to lose capital on the day. So you don't get paid the more you're active in the market. You get paid the more patient you are in the market. So that's one. And then two, like I've been talking about, I'm not going to type it anymore, because that was very unprofessional of me. So I'm sorry for that. I thought I already typed this out, but I guess I didn't. But this was from yesterday's video, but it's all right. Two, your mental capital gets drained the longer you are on the charts. So like I've already been talking about, your mental, the more you're seeing price just the more you're just like, oh my gosh, can it do something? Oh my gosh. And then it takes out without you. Like, it finally did something and it didn't hit my certain point that I wanted to. So let me go ahead. I'm telling you, if you just walk away while price is either barcoding, there's no setup being played out for you, or it's just a red folder day, so you don't know what's going to happen, and just live to fight another day and just protect your capital in the long run, you're going to see way more success than whatever you're doing right now. So, yeah. And then next, it's about just learning to take more higher quality trade setups rather than a bunch of low quality trade setups, which is kind of like being paid for patience. But just learning to take the better setups and really eliminating the less quality setups, because if you know you have a setup that's more efficient for your capital, more efficient for your risk management, more efficient for everything in the book, why would you not solo in on that and not focus on your lower quality trades that pop up more? Just because your trade pops up less doesn't mean that you shouldn't be looking for that way more. Especially when you're if it's way better than your lower quality setups, you should really start focusing and spending more time on that, if anything. So yeah, it's not about activity, it's about patience, and it's about discipline. I'm pretty sure I trade. Yeah, I changed this one. Okay, so the last thing, I don't know why I didn't change the last one, but I changed this one. Whatever it is. The last thing is the mindset shift. Stop trying to catch every move, right? Just like we was talking about, not every move is meant for you. Like I said earlier too, sometimes it's gonna work. Sometimes you're gonna FOMO in, and it's gonna work out for you. But overall, that's just building bad habits for yourself, and in the long run, it's just gonna hurt you, because, like I said earlier, you built that habit of, okay, when the trade takes off, it's okay if I hop in. But the day it decides not to work, that's when you're gonna emotionally spiral, and that's when logic is gonna be thrown all out the window. So yeah, stop trying to catch every move. The better traders, pro traders, profitable traders, they're patient and wait for the setup, no matter how far price runs without them or whatever it is. And yeah, just avoid bad trades. Really focusing on avoiding bad trades are really going to excel your trading journey. I know a lot of people focus on good trades, but if you can really analyze before you take a trade, if this trade setup really follows everything that you want and checks off everything on your list before you take it, that's going to take you pretty far as well. I know a lot of people focus more on the good setups, but if you focus on not taking the bad setups and building that good habit, that's going to take you even further. So, and sometimes you need to walk away from the charts, like this whole video is about. It's not about taking trades every day, every time you see either a setup or you're just emotionally on the charts. Just being able to walk away proves that you're growing in trading. Because I know when I was a beginner trader, I could not close the charts without trading. I needed to take a trade no matter what. If my setup played out or not, I needed to take a trade, and I would do anything for it. So one breakout, I was in the trade and I'll blow an account. Not because that trade made me blow an account, but because emotionally I was thinking to myself, man, I waited this long for it to take a trade. I finally took a trade and it ended up losing. I'm going to blow up. And even if the trade did follow your setup, the fact you was on the charts for so long and it ended up not working out for you could play a mental or have a mental side effect on you that could make you emotionally spiral. So yeah, just knowing when to walk away, that's one of the biggest. If once you learn to walk away, that's a huge thing in trading, because I think that's really going to shift you. I don't really know how to fully explain it, but learning to walk away in trading and protecting your capital, that's how you know you're on the right path. That's how I'm going to explain it. That's how you know you're on the right path. If you know you cannot walk away from trading, you need to find whatever is deep inside of you that's not letting you do that, Figure it out, solve it, and start walking away when these things happen. Next, anyone can click buy or sell, right? It's not hard. I could have my 3-year-old cousin come in here and start trading by clicking buy or sell very easily. But the hard thing to do is to be patient, right? That's the hardest thing about trading, because so many things, so many factors can play out in trading that's not in your favor. But are you patient enough to wait out these factors so you can have a great setup coming your way? Or are you going to let these factors affect your emotions and your psychology and make you force trades that aren't good and go down and an emotional spiral? Now, if you do all these things, a specific muscle is built, and that muscle is called discipline. I know, so corny, y'all. But yeah, that specific muscle is called discipline. And if you have that discipline to do all these things and eliminate these bad habits, know when to stop taking these bad setups, knowing when to walk away, having the discipline to do all those things, and just keep building that good habit of discipline over and over. Maybe take away one thing a day, or maybe one thing a week. In the long run, it's gonna exponentially improve your trading, that you're gonna look back at these days and laugh. I promise you. Looking back at the older me and how I used to trade, I was, whew, man, I can't even talk about it. But yeah, do all these things and you know what's gonna happen. You start walking away from the charts, you're gonna start getting these payouts. Now, with that trade tonight that I took, I actually have someone that's just joined the premium Discord not too long ago, and he's already about to get his payout. I asked him, was that his first payout? He said, yeah, my first payout after a long time of suffering. If I go to P&L, where is that at? P&L, he posted his P&L. You see he's over his threshold for the P&L, so he's going to be able to request his first payout after a long time of suffering. And he's been in the Discord for, I think, like 2 weeks now. So I'm very happy to see that. Very happy for him, as well as everybody else in my Discord. They're doing amazing. I'm very happy to see that. These guys are like my family. And if you want to come join my family, I'll leave the link down below in the description. But other than that, make sure you follow my Instagram and TikTok. That will also be down in the description below. Make sure you subscribe and like this video if you like it. If not, leave me a comment why you don't. And if you have any ideas of what you want me to create, any videos you want me to create, leave that down below as well. Other than that, it's been your boy Jaw Trades, and you guys have a blessed, beautiful night. Stop over trading. Sometimes you can walk away. It's okay. Protect your capital. Deuces.